Now I've been in New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California,
New York, Texas, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California.
LA, met it from Miami to the Machiavelli. Left the kids on the belly, left the vid on my celly. She ate like spaghetti, I'm hitting gas and Dreddy. Met some killers in Memphis, like they from Oakland. Give me my flowers while I can smell them. Ain't talking about roses, literally I'm lean. Mix it like a bought it in Nashville. Then I woke up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's sun, California, but nothing like Compton. It's more like Calistoga and it's hot as Arizona. I pop me a Fresno, hard colder than Minnesota in October. Don't interrupt, darling, I'm in the zone. Why does everywhere I go just remind me of home? You know that state of gold with the bed. Them other places come close, but they don't compare. Now I've been in New York, come on, Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V, all reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California.
Still a long way to go in this draft, but if you can lock up a few key positions here in the first few picks, it's a great luxury to have.
Right to Austin, most likely flossing, tight, exhausted.
Instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with.
Catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia or California. Either state you can get it.
Yeah, no surprise here. Anytime you can get your hands on a player of his caliber, I think you pretty well have to pull the trigger.
He saw how heavily.
2 words here. Difference maker. That's what that big right there is.
Content trying to see more nomadic. I probably wind up alone. All it takes is a melody to remind me of home. Now I've been in New York, come on, Texas, yeah, Midwest, and it all reminds me of California.
In these middle rounds, you have to start asking yourself, do you settle for what's available now, or do you try and push your luck? What to do here? Build up the interior of your line or get that skilled player to add another weapon?
California, no place like California.
3 choices here, all of them impact players. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at the playmaking type spot? These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team, because if you pass on certain positions, there's no guarantee you're going to see them again. And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late. I'm not sure that this selection is going to provide a huge punch, but he's at least a guy that does have some upside. We've seen a Houston Texan be taken already in the draft. It wouldn't be a stretch to see a second go here. Oh, I tell you, you're not going to get too far in this competition without a superstar or two. And this guy right here certainly fits that billing. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it.
There's no winner when you're walking alone, sliding down the last street as the day creeps. What you doing with nobody at home? Sugar, just step into your sneakers and step behind the speakers. Your heart will keep me beating and make me a believer. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? I need some mercy in my soul. Come on. Give me what you got. said, get your love. I don't care where we're dancing tonight.
A new era begins today. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Draft Champions. The Cowboys enter play this afternoon, ready to see what they've got and how or if these pieces are going to fit together. Their opponents in this one, the Chicago Bears.
All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a Draft Champions matchup in what is set to be And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This will be fielded at the 6. A beautiful fake. Oh, little 360. Hurdles another. Room here to run. Touchdown, Cowboys. T.Y. Hilton, 94 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Now a first down throw, McNabb. And incomplete to open things up. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Second down, McNabb. He's got time in the pocket. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That could be a downside of putting together a team in Draft Champions Week 1. It's early. You might have some of these mistakes.
You're exactly right, because it does take time to build chemistry, trust, right? Understanding where guys are going to be. And I think that's what led to the interception. They just don't know each other well enough yet. That should build up as the season goes on.
Gain of 12, and it'll be a Dallas first down. Now a first down throw. Gone. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Goff on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And a pretty nifty hurdle there before he's brought down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Isaiah Crowell punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. He's got time. And this is going to be incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And fourth down coming up.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Pulled in at the 24. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They begin with a run by Crowell. And an alley to run. Look at this spin.
Balance.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. They get 25 yards out of that one. And that leads to a Dallas first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Now gone. A screen complete to Crowell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go with a big bang, Crowell. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Bears will get the football back. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Jason Pierre-Paul first burst on the scene for me, headed towards his draft year. You know what I saw him doing? Like 15, 16 backflips in a row on a YouTube video.
Athlete.
Absolute athlete. And he uses that agility to slip.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. K'Wan Short in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right on the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys! T.Y. Hilton with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from him.
Yeah.
Should have kicked away from him. He's in a groove, and sometimes you hit those grooves or those zones in a game, and he's in one now. He's in perfect sync with his teammates blocking, and he knows how to find the end zone.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, Freeman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Partner we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Too quick to the trigger that time. Neutral zone infraction, and that'll cost him 5 yards. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. And we're getting
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Pierre-Paul coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block it.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Right, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll come out in the pistol. On 3rd down, Crowell. And he'll take this one. And now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Crowell. What a spin. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. To throw, McNabb. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
McNabb to throw. Finding time. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. Second down now after the pass completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's third down. And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. From the gun, here's McNabb. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And a gain there of 11 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. To throw on second, McNabb. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's third down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Marvin Lewis sends on the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right?
But oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up. This should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
They come out here in the eye.
Let's go.
They keep it with Crowell on first. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to